Morning everybody, I'm Richard Lewis reporting for cadred.org, and I'm here at the Gadget Show live, where I'm going to be covering the Mad Catz CSGO Invitational among other things. But I've been helping out set up the kind of game zone area because our company Heaven Media has been putting it all together so lovingly, as we have done every year for the last 4 years. Now, as you can see behind me, there's loads of all sorts of cool stuff here. There's going to be all gizmos and gadgets and lots of stuff about gaming, because this is the main kind of hall area where there are going to be some gaming components. And in previous years, we've seen kind of gaming kind of grow and grow and grow, and this year's no different. We've actually got some very big stands here, some pretty cool stuff. And on the right as well, we've actually got, this is the Vibe guys doing their Death by Bass, where they invite people to kind of stand in front of these super duper loudspeakers and they give you a quick blast. And this bass is actually really loud. It's loud enough to move you. So we've set up the press area just a short distance from that, because we're actually quite clever when we organise these things. If we come through here, what we've got here is the Electronic Arts kind of FIFA area, and this is a nice little sort of gaming pod where people can just come up, play FIFA for free, and what they can do there is just basically, you know, try it out if they've not played it before, the newer version, play with friends. We've had some FIFA celebrities in here as well, and basically it's just a nice little kind of area for the kind of younger gamer to come and try out some FIFA and stuff. But as you can see, it's proven to be very popular. People have been queuing for that all day, which is a little bit wild really, considering it's pretty much probably the same experience that we get home, just in kind of a bit of a cool hub. But it does have an absolute fuck off massive TV in there, so that's pretty cool as well. So this is the bit you're probably all going to want to see coming up on the right, and I'll tell you a little bit about that in a second. We've got some more kind of big flash car things going on here. If you heard that, that was actually the Death by Bass thing that just went off. So here we are, we're coming up to the esports area. This is where the tournament is going to be taking place, and we were, like I say, slaving over this on Bank Holiday Monday, putting the rig together, and you will notice that it's got some new branding on the back, as well as all the sponsors and stuff on there. You will notice the new Esports Heaven logo. It's not much of a logo really, it's just a font, and it's a bit white and a bit green. But that's going to be for the new website. That's what the new website's going to be called, for those who've been following Cadred and Tech9 for many years. And we were hoping that the website would have been out by now, so we could have an event that kind of coincided with it. But of course, you know what developers and coders are like, so that's not really happening. But it's not far off, honestly. I do promise it is coming. But you can see here, in fact, I can actually just let myself in, so I'm going to do that. So the perks of the job. So this is the kind of main kind of competing area. It's good to see you boys. And what we've done is we've tried to set up a little press area this time, so we don't get accused of boycotting anyone and not allowing anyone to come in. It's not very exciting, and it's just some tables, but we put some nice little Alienware tablecloths on, which is great. And then what we did is we wanted to set everything up in a ring with some kind of prizes and peripherals in the middle. Basically, so all teams are in a very close proximity. They can see each other, they can banter with each other, or whatever you want to call it. And so far, we have already seen that, because we've had the first kind of upset in the form of Kick beating a Nexus, and there was certainly some banter, if you want to call it that, being said there. And then this is the admins area, and you can see the admins are hard at work there, looking. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Obviously, this is why we have delays. Like, you know, just sat there eating sandwiches and wagon wheels. Like, what fucking tournament, you know? But anyway, so this is obviously as well the big Very Games team here, and Very Games are basically going to be looking to win this event, because I think they kind of need to really justify their status as kind of one of the top teams here. So they're definitely going to be looking to win this one, in the absence of NIP, of course, who are out in Kiev playing in the Star Ladder finals. They're not going to have it all their own way. Western Wolves are going to be here later on. And Western Wolves have dominated Very Games the last few times they played them. You can see this is Pimp. Pimp said he'd come from a school trip to get here. He'd come from a school trip in Hamburg, so he's actually had a fun time. None of his team are here. He's just made himself a nice little space here, where he's not out anti-stratting Very Games, because he's a massive boss. Right, so if we come out of here, I'm going to again just let myself out, fight through the crowds, and take you a little bit further around the area, where we've got, this is the Alienware, and obviously Alienware are a big sponsor in all of this. Alienware have been very heavily involved in all of our tournaments, and have been, you know, supporting the streams, supporting the tournaments, putting prize money in, along with Mad Catz. And I've always had a big presence at the Gadget Show, and people like to come here and basically just, you know, play on the latest machines. Obviously their tech is usually absolutely ridiculous. It's at the very cutting edge, and you know, people like to have a look. We've got all the laptops up on there, all the latest PCs, the X51, and people are basically just invited to come up and, you know, see for themselves just how good a gaming experience it actually is. And like, you know, again, completely obviously free of charge. People like to try it out. There's Odie over there, like never far from the Gadget Show, never far from Alienware, and Dell obviously doing their thing. And you can see in the background there we got a Grand Prix simulator. Not gonna lie, slightly annoying being next to that. It's okay, kids, because it plays the Grand Prix theme on a permanent loop every 3 minutes. And last year, press room was right next to it. Totally did my head in and made me want to kill myself. Now this is the big stage where people are basically going to be, invited to come up, do the giveaways. We're going to have Paul Red Eye Challoner on there pretty much every hour. And just to give you an example of how mad it's been, we'll show you some photographs of this. But we actually had KSI, the FIFA guy. He was on yesterday, and we had people right the way back to the area we've just come from. There's about 3,000 people in this enclosed space just to get some free stuff, just to do a Q&A with the gamers. So we've tried to put esports very much at the forefront of what we're doing. And even though a lot of the crowd here won't know what esports is about, we feel this year, perhaps more so than most years, we've really given a platform to talk about esports. Now, I'll take you over here. You can see we've got the XMG and Roccat stands. XMG obviously making high-performance laptops and whatnot, and employing some high-performance ladies there to give out some bits and pieces. And that's going to be all up there. XMG, of course, have been seen at lots of events. Seen at things like NorthCon and a real big presence now in Europe with their particular products that they make. Roccat, no stranger to esports whatsoever. Probably don't need to talk about them quite so much. But now we start getting more into the general game area. You can see we've got Turtle Beach as well. Their peripherals are becoming very prominent in this esports space. They're always at these events as well. And you can see over here we've got the Grid 2. And again, I was setting up these very TVs at about 7 o'clock on a bank holiday Monday. It was a lot of fun, but you can see people are just coming in and just trying out, like I say, the new games, trying them out in the kind of optimal settings on nice, like kind of TVs, all that high-profile stuff. We got Top Gear, the Top Gear experience behind that. I don't know what that experience is. Hopefully, it's not like Richard Hammond's experience. You don't end up with a broken neck and suffering for quite some time. I probably shouldn't say that. Sorry, Rich. Sorry, Hammond the hamster. He's such a nice guy. But yeah, so anyways, basically you get to be the Stig, I think, is what actually happens. So, again, more kind of game stuff up here. If I take you that way, which I'm not going to do, it's mainly shops, because one of the things about this is, with the footfall in the Gadget Show of about 120,000 people coming over the space of a week, it's a great place to sell things, and that's why it's got such prominence here. It ultimately is about creating a kind of shopping experience where what we do is we give people super discounts on things that they, where they want to impulse buy. So again, hardware is always popular here, but Game, who we all know Game have had some problems in the UK. They seem to have turned a corner. They're here now, and they're going to be basically, again, an on-site shop. And all the way down there, as far as you can see, is going to be, more kind of shopping experiences, more kind of people promoting their games. Right down at the very bottom, as you'll be able to see, just from the top of the skyline there, Microsoft are even here, touting how great Windows 8 is. I still haven't got my head around it, so good luck to that. But if we go over here as well, you can see that Capcom are here, and Capcom, again, they've been coming to these for a long time, and they're promoting the new Resident Evil game. It's a lot less terrifying as it was last time they had one to promote. I went down to Eurogamer and had to deal with a load of zombies, actual people, full-time professional zombies. I got given a business card from a zombie. It was a ludicrous experience. Now then, what a big guy! What a big guy! He was massive. Right. So while I'm talking about zombies as well, I was on edge. But anyway, so this is pretty much all that there is to it. If I take you down this end, it gets into the more technological side of things, the gadgets, the gizmos, all of that kind of stuff. But the gaming is generally kind of confined in this area, and I think it's pretty impressive. One of the great things about this kind of trade show is that, as I said, it shows just how popular gaming is. And while the kids are off school, which they are all week, it's basically going to be this area that's so densely populated, and it's very early in the morning. It generally picks up around about the afternoon. You can already see how many people are here, and we've had a lot of interest in the esports area as it is. So that's pretty much the tour. I mean, it's too big to take you around all of it, but what we are going to try and do is grab some cool videos and gradually upload those over the course of the day, like we've done in past years, where what we actually like to do is just kind of focus on anything that catches our eye, be it Dion Dublin making his own instrument. That's a former footballer, for those who don't know. Or we've had a headset which uses the power of your mind to influence what happens in game based on your kind of emotional brainwaves and stuff. We've seen some real cool stuff down the years, so we are going to be bringing you videos about that as and when we see them. But until then, do stay tuned to the website, because for most of you, the thing you're going to be interested in is the CSGO Mad Catz Invitational Tournament. As always, we're going to bring you full coverage from start to finish of that, so don't go anywhere. I'm Richard Lewis, I've been reporting for Cadred.org here at the Gadget Show live in Birmingham, NEC.